Hey y'all, good morning, and welcome to a really strange edition of Real Talk with RJ. I'm kind of talking low because my daughter is asleep in the room right next to where I'm at. I'm in our office. I work from home now, but she's asleep in the next room, so I'm trying not to be too loud so I don't wake her up before it's her time. It's really early in the morning. But anyway, this is probably not what my new venue of the Real Talk with RJ show is going to be about in the future. It may include this, but this was something I felt like, to those of you who have subscribed, and maybe to anybody who watches this who you're not subscribers to my channel, maybe this will make you want to subscribe, but I have some information that I thought might be helpful to those of us who have not received our refunds from the IRS. So like for the 2020 tax year season, that's what we should have just, filed this year to get our returns. If you've already filed and it's been more than 21 days and you haven't got your refund, probably like me with our situation, my husband and I filed a married joint return, and we hadn't received our refund. And so I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I'm, like most people, I'm hitting Google, I'm hitting, Facebook groups and checking to see what the heck. Where's my money? Okay, I don't play with my money. I play with a lot of things, but not my money. Okay. So, and I had found some different YouTube videos where it said try this phone number and try that phone number. Well, every time I tried calling just those phone numbers that took you right to the IRS hotline, I guess you could say, every single time, I'd call early in the morning, I'd call later in the evening, I'd call in the middle of the day. It didn't matter when I called. I'd get a message saying, we can't take any calls right now. Bye, Felicia. Hang up. And like it will literally hang up on me. I'm like, oh, that's great. How am I supposed to figure out why the heck I don't have my refund? So anyway, I was like, you know what? Let me see something. So the IRS has this app. I think it's called IRS to Go or something like that you can download on your smartphone, and you just put in your information, and it'll tell you what the status of your return is. And of course, mine has been saying this for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Still processing. I'm like, So I noticed on my app there's a thing that says connect and then phone numbers, and then you can see the phone numbers for different things that you can call. And I'd always just been calling the general IRS thing. Well, I noticed there was a phone number on there for a tax advocate, if you needed tax advocate services. So I was like, So let me go ahead and give you that phone number. Go ahead and jot it down, because you'll have to be on hold for a while, but at least you'll be able to talk to somebody. Okay? So here's that phone number. If you don't have access to the app, or if you just want to get the number real quick, it's an 800 number, 1-877-777-4778. Let me repeat it one more time. 1-877-777-4778. And I'm going to put it in the comment, or in the description of the video. I'm going to put it down there below as well, so that you can see it there, just in case maybe you didn't hear me properly. I'm going to type it in there as well. Call that number. I would recommend maybe calling. I think they open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I would recommend calling like right at 7 a.m. I think I called around like 7 or 8 a.m. yesterday. Now, I had to be on hold. I was on hold for 30 minutes before I got to a representative. But I got to somebody. Now, here's what's going to happen. When you call that number, it's going to ask you, do you have a situation where you need a tax advocate, or do you just want to check and learn about the status of your refund? Do not select that you want to learn about the status of your refund, because all it does, it takes you to the main number that just has you type in your info and tells you, oh, it's still processing. Bye, Felicia. No. So press the button. I think it'll be option 1, but don't quote me on that. But choose the option that says you need a tax advocate service, and then that will get you to an actual real person. So that's what I did. I selected that I wanted a tax advocate service. Once I called that number, I waited 30 minutes. I got through to somebody. I briefly told her my situation. Hey, my husband and I filed a joint return that was accepted by the IRS on February 17th, and we still have not received our refund. I'd like to know, is there something wrong? Is there an error? Because we received no letters from the IRS telling us fix this, fix that, and then we can finish processing your return. No, we received nothing. We check the mail every day. So I said, we've received nothing in the mail, and I just want to make sure everything's okay. Now, here's the sucky part, but at least, again, you're talking to real people. She tells me, okay, that's not my department, but I'm going to transfer you. I think she called it accounts management or something like that. She's like, that's not my department, doesn't handle that, but I'm going to transfer you to account management services, and they can tell you. I'm like, okay, cool. So then now that number to the account management services, I do not have, because it's not listed on that little IRS To Go app. Only the tax advocate is. But if you call the tax advocate number that I just gave, select the option that you need a tax advocate representative, and then tell that person, I filed, it's been more than 21 days, I want to know what's going on. They will transfer you to the correct department, which is account management services. Then I had to wait another 30 minutes, so I was on hold a total of an hour just to get to the right department. So I waited another 30 minutes, and then I finally got a representative from account management services, and this person was actually able to help me. So I told this person the same thing that I told the first lady with the tax advocate services. Here's what happened. I just want to know what's going on. So she took down my information. She said, I'm going to put you on a brief hold to pull up your information. And then after that, she said it will take me about 5 to 7 minutes to research your return and your situation and see what's going on. I said, hey, cool, I've already waited an hour. What's another 5 minutes? Okay. So she pulled it all up, looked over everything. She got back on the phone and was like, I don't see any errors. She said, basically, she's like, your return is still processing. And she said a lot of people are in that same situation. And here's why. Because when the stimulus checks came out, that was right around the same time that they started the reviewing the tax returns. So that, slowed them down. And then also she said they've been understaffed. Like they don't have enough people working to move through it quicker. So a lot of people's refunds have been in a continual state of processing, really, for no error of the taxpayer, just because they've been so slow. So that's what she told me. And then here's the other bit of information that is very important. She said, wait 10 weeks. So she said, count it out 10 weeks from the date that the IRS accepted your return For my husband and I, that was February 17th. So for us, it's already been 7 weeks. So she's like, you got 3 more weeks. She's like, if you get to the 3rd week and you have number 1, she's like, that's when your refund should come in, is at the 10-week mark. She said, if it doesn't, check the IRS status on the irs.gov or the IRS to go app. Check your status, and maybe there's been some update. Maybe they're giving you a new date of your refund, or maybe they're telling you, here's an issue you need to fix, whatever. She's like, you should either have your refund in your bank account by the 10-week mark, or some sort of update as to when you will have it or what the problem is. And then she said, if there's no update for you in the system and you haven't received your money by the 10-week mark, then call back, do the same process that I did before, and see what's going on. So hold on. If you're in the same boat, give it 10 weeks. Count your calendar weeks and see if it's gotten up to 10. As soon as you get to that 10 mark, you should either have your money in your bank account if you did direct deposit, or you should at least have something of an updated information other than just still processing. So I don't know, hopefully this will be helpful to somebody, but again, there's that phone number, you can call them. I would recommend calling just to double check and make sure that there wasn't any issues with your return. Like if there wasn't something, most of the software and the websites and the software that you can use out there will check your return for any errors. So, but you never know, there could be something else. So I would recommend still calling that number and then getting transferred to the other department and checking and seeing if there's any errors, because that could help expedite the process. If you know that you did something wrong, they can tell you what it is. You can print out that page, fill it out, sign it, and mail it in, so at least you know that you've sent the correction in and you have a better chance of getting your refund. So I would still call that number, but at least 10 weeks. And if after 10 weeks you don't have your money, or you don't have any updated status for your return, call them. Because I think after 65 days, they have to start paying interest for holding up your refund. And we all know they ain't trying to pay a whole bunch of, 10 million people interest. So that would cost them a lot of money. So anyway, hopefully this information was helpful to you. I just did this quick, very unprofessional cell phone video for you guys in my office here, but hopefully the information is helpful to you, and I hope to start making videos at some point. Things have just been so crazy. My daughter's over a year old now. She's almost 16 months old. She's getting into that toddler phase. She's walking and running everywhere. She's into everything. It's like I have to be on her like a hawk all the time. Those little safety plugs that you can put into outlets, when you got a toddler who's walking around, so that way they don't stick a fork in there or stick their finger in there. Yeah, she's pulled them out. She pulled out like 3 of them and brought them to me. Here, Mommy. I'm like, oh, great. These were supposed to keep you safe. And you're pulling them out. Wow. She's very smart. She's very observant. Like, she pays attention to how things are put together, and then she watches it, and she'll try it, and then she figures out a way to, like, dismantle things. And I'm like, dang, little engineer. She's, whew. So it's been crazy around my house and starting new businesses with my husband, and it's just been, I want to get back to doing the videos, I really do. I'm still just trying to figure out what to do. I'm still at a loss. So we'll see. It could just be different topics every day. I mean, I want to get to the point where I'm posting at least 1 video a week to start. But it's just been I mean, as you can see, I'm shooting a video early in the morning in my office with my cell phone because I have no other time. So it's been crazy. But anyway, I hope this video was helpful to you. Because I know it's stressful when you're waiting on that tax return. Like, my husband and I don't need it to pay bills, but some people do. You know, some people haven't been as blessed and as lucky as we have, to where we both have still maintained our jobs during the pandemic, but some people lost their jobs and they are desperately, you know, depending on their tax returns, tax refunds to get them through, to, you know, to not have an eviction, you know, or to buy groceries or whatever. You know, some people are really dependent upon it. And, you know, for us, we're using that for investments and to help us get some businesses started and to do some savings and things like that. And so it's been crazy. So I'm like, you know, stay on top of it, especially if you're in that situation where you're needing this money to help you make it until you can find more employment or whatever. Stay on top of it. Call these people. Get an answer, because you deserve that. That's your money. You know, you worked and earned that money. Those taxes were taken out of your check, and that's the amount that you were overtaxed, and you deserve it. So stay on top of it, you know. But again, check the description box of my video down below for the phone number to that tax advocate group, tax advocate services. Try that number, and that will at least get you started. At least you can talk to somebody. That was the main thing for me, was just being able to speak to a live person who could help me. So anyway, I hope this information has been helpful. Hope you're having a great day, and like I said, I hope to start soon to upload at least one video a week. So again, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see me do. If you'd like to see me do stuff like this, like if just general information to be helpful, or if you want me to do more of the, you know, finding the false prophets out there and refuting their messages, or, you know, just Bible studies, devotionals, what would you like to see me do? Alright, hope you're doing well. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to the Word of God. Stay in the Word. And until next time, this has been Real Talk with RJ. Very quiet, early morning Tuesday edition. Bye.